buck up. So am I. There's probably not a politician in the United States. I mean, I'm under assault attack by this guy every single day. Here's the President of the United States. He's 80 years old, and he's calling me a nickname that an 8-year-old called me, Newscum. The President of the United States. You saw the racist tropes he put out. This is the President of the United States of America. Call this guy out. Stop this timidity. Stop with the BS diplomacy. You're in the rearview mirror. The recklessness of our own actions. And we're all becoming Chamberlains in this space. We have a supine United States Congress, so we have to stand up. Corporate leaders have to stand up. People have to stand up.
Let's talk about Marco Rubio.
Yes.
Let's have a look at this clip first.
We want allies who can defend themselves so that no adversary will ever be tempted to test our collective strength. This is why we do not want our allies to be shackled by guilt and shame. We want allies who are proud of their culture and of their heritage, who understand that we are heirs to the same great and noble civilization, and who together with us are willing and able to defend it. And this is why we do not want allies to rationalize the broken status quo rather than reckon with what is necessary to fix it. For we in America have no interest in being polite and orderly caretakers of the West's managed decline.
He's so impressive.
Hallelujah. Seriously, one of Trump's master strokes was putting him and giving him so many roles, so many jobs, but he was in
More jobs
Europe.
than Scott Morrison had.
But everyone knows about these ones. Munich Security Conference, and very similar messaging to what we heard from J.D. Vance last year to European allies again. They didn't like it then. They may not like it now, but it is what it is.
Well,
and everything he said there about this managed decline is accurate, and the Trump administration is standing against that. Now, they may not want to hear that tough love approach, James, but they need to hear it, just like they needed to be pressured to increase defence spending and increase NATO spending to be able to actually defend themselves instead of waiting for America to come save them.
And, here's the thing. This was at the Munich Security Conference, the same event that AOC was talking at that I was just talking about there. And you can see the difference right there, night and day, between, the Republican and the Trump administration and AOC and the Democrats. And it's like, I watched this, and it's chalk and cheese, and, the left in the New York Times and everybody says, oh, Trump's a moron, Trump's people are idiots, this whole MAGA thing is terrible. That's a coherent, articulate philosophy for civilizational success. Now, the left hates talking about Western civilization, about our civilization, about civilizational decline, because they cheer it on, they egg it on. The left will always choose everything in any circumstance that will do the most to advance that decline, because they think it's racist, it's sexist, it's colonialist, it's patriarchal, it's all the isms, all the bad stuff. What Marco Rubio there has spoken about is such a wonderful rebuke. And I'll get to tell you this furthermore. I reckon he is a very good shot for 2028
I agree.
for the presidency.
He's my choice, absolutely, 100%.
He has.
I think he's eclipsed J.D. Vance.
Brilliant, but no, J.D. Vance is in the box seat. The base loves him. They like Rubio because he's, as you saw there, he is very sound, very capable. He's done his jobs plural, beautifully, but it's J.D. Vance's to lose, and he is the VP. I think he's got it, James, and I think he's got it.
You're right, it's his to lose, but
it's his to lose, but
he's losing it.
I think Rubio, when you look at those numbers that I just played about how most Americans think the Democrats are far too left.
Yep.
Someone like Rubio will come in and scoop up a lot of voters, and in a way I think that J.D. Vance, who is absolutely beloved by the MAGA base...
Yes. But you don't want to fracture that MAGA base, because when you fracture that MAGA base, bad things happen.
But you don't fracture it.
You don't fracture it with Rubio. Rubio holds the base. Rubio...
There are elements that don't back him, which are growing. But, Rubio is very sound. You can't go wrong. I mean, this is where the Republicans have an embarrassment of riches. We've forgotten all about Ron DeSantis, a very capable governor of the third biggest state. So he's another contender. He was really second in line to Trump last time around. They've got a lot of talent. And you look at the Democrats, and who do they have? They've got Gavin Newsom, who's just destroyed California. They've got AOC, Kamala, Bernie Sanders, who's on the way to being Joe Biden these days. They've got nothing. There's no depth of talent amongst the Democrats.
This is their problem. In crisis, what they're doing is they're pushing themselves out further and further to the left because it has to now become this incredible purity test. Do you think most Americans, are in favor of going and attacking ICE agents who are trying to get criminals out of their communities? Of course not. Like all of the things that they're doing is completely performative, and it's entirely performative for themselves. And this isn't landing. You've got, as you say, Kamala Harris, who's a disaster. AOC, who we just saw, is another disaster. Gavin Newsom, who is really well coiffed, good looking, he's got money, but you can already see what they're trying to do. And this is like a trivia question here, throwing this name out here, but they're doing the Beto O'Rourke thing with him. They're already doing the soft focus, magazine profiles about his wonderful hair and chiseled jawline.
Well, now they're pushing out his wife and trying to make her a thing, and she's almost as unlikable as Tim Walz's wife. Remember her? The problem they've got, though, is they have no depth, but they're going to have some ammunition to work with, James, because we've got the midterms coming up. They're going to have a good result there. And they're going to go down and try to impeach Trump again. So we're going to have a whole other impeachment cycle. So it's not going to be as a smoother run for the Republicans as we think it is, looking at the talent pool of the two different parties here.